A lawsuit. 3 black men are suing American Airlines. They allege company employees appeared to remove all of them from a flight over a complaint about body odor. First on CBS Mornings, the men are telling their story to our Chris Van Cleave.
We're the only ones getting taken off the plane. Look at this.
This video at the center of a newly filed lawsuit against American Airlines appears to show a number of black men after they've been removed from a flight allegedly due to a complaint about offensive body odor.
So this is discrimination.
The lawsuit claims as Flight 832 from Phoenix to New York was finishing boarding in January, American employees removed 8 black men from the plane. They were not traveling together, weren't seated next to each other, did not know each other, and appeared to be the only black men on the flight, according to the suit filed early this morning.
As I got my things and walked to the front of the plane and made a left to the jet bridge, I noticed that there was 7 other black men. And that kind of was like, okay, what's happening here? So
for plaintiffs Emmanuel Jean Joseph, Alvin Jackson, and Xavier Veal, Flight 832 was a connection. They'd taken an earlier flight from Los Angeles without issue.
It was just black men, so I started freaking out. I pulled out my phone to record everything.
At any point, did somebody from American say to any of you that you had an offensive odor?
No.
The lawsuit claims over the course of about an hour, the men were kept in the jetway and then moved to the gate area where they were told they'd be rebooked on another flight to New York later that day, and alleges an American employee indicated the complaint about offensive body odor had come from a white male flight attendant. A gate agent seen in the video at one point seems to agree race was a factor in the men getting pulled off the flight.
Just because of the color of my skin. Okay.
I do not disagree.
But when another flight to New York couldn't be found, they were put back on the same plane.
Had to go back on the plane with everybody looking at us, for me, very uncomfortable. Everybody staring at me. Me and all the other black people on the plane were just taking off.
I knew that as soon as I get on that plane, a sea of white faces were going to be looking at me and blaming me for their late flight of an hour.
Their lawyer, Sue Huta, says American declined to give her clients any answers about what happened in Phoenix.
It's almost inconceivable to come up with an explanation for that other than the color of their skin, particularly since they didn't know each other, they weren't sitting near each other. It seems fairly apparent that race was part of this dynamic.
The lawsuit cites other recent incidents where passengers have alleged being discriminated against by American and a 2017 NAACP travel advisory urging members not to fly the airline. It was lifted about 8 months later.
We were discriminated against. The entire situation was racist.
Do you think if you were anything other than a black man, this would not have happened?
If I was a white person, it probably wouldn't have happened.
I think they would have walked past like the other white passengers that were there.
CBS legal analyst Ricky Kleeman.
The plaintiffs may really have no interest in money, and they may have a sincere interest in making a public statement about racial discrimination by a major airline.
Is this kind of case a tough one to win at trial?
The question at trial really is about what are the protocols of American Airlines. And they better have some, and they better have done something with these particular employees in terms of discipline after this action.
American Airlines tells CBS News it takes all claims of discrimination very seriously and says in a statement, our teams are currently investigating the matter as the claims do not reflect our core values or our purpose of caring for people. The lawsuit seeks unspecified damages. Nate?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me get this straight. So, American Airlines has decided to get all the black men out of that flight because of alleged odor, and it came from a white flight attendant. It seems this is definitely racism when it comes to airlines security, right? Here's the situation now. And then when they brought the 3 black men, back on the flight, the white passengers are looking at them like, what are you doing back in here? You're the reason why that I missed my flight or missed my connected flight. American Airlines definitely need to be sued. And we as black people need to boycott American Airlines. Don't even fly with them. Don't even book with them. And to send them a message that you're not going to basically discriminate these black men because of alleged odor. This is definitely racism. And the thing of it is now, because it make this public, now American Airlines released a statement like, we apologize, we're trying to get an investigation. No, first of all, if you want to do right by the black passengers, or if you want black passengers to book on your airline, you're going to have to fire the person that says that they have a suspicious odor. You need to fire the white flight attendant if you want to make things right. These three guys didn't deserve all of this. And then they're going to say, well, this is a suspicious odor. Really? And like one of the brothers said on the interview, if they were white, they wouldn't say anything like that. They would have passed by like, okay, nothing happened, blah, blah, blah. Let's keep it moving. But to say, insulting all the black male passengers on that flight, saying that all because they had a suspicious odor. A suspicious odor. Really? Really? You never, and I'm gonna tell you straight, you never tell an Asian passenger this. You never tell a Hispanic passenger this. And you definitely won't tell Indian passengers this. Oh, you definitely didn't say nothing about white passengers. They will sue like white on rice. But all the black people that, following me on YouTube, following me on Fanbase, we decided to do a boycott on American Airlines. Let's have a massive boycott. Don't fly with them. Let's go to other airlines like JetBlue, like Delta, like Southwest. Let's have a massive boycott against American Airlines until this flight attendant be fired. Because this is offensive, number one. And that is racist. So you're going to escort all the black men out of that flight because of an alleged odor coming from a white flight attendant. He need to be investigated. Because this guy could be racist. They probably hired a racist flight attendant and didn't know it. This has to stop, people. This has to stop. And again, we need to have a massive boycott at American Airlines. I'm serious. Don't fly with them. Don't even book flights with them until they change the policy of stop discrimination against black people on their airlines. So y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments.